Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And may I
Okay.
have your name?
My name is Ahmed. And
And
what's
where are you?
yours?
Olaf.
Huh?
My name is Olaf.
Olaf? Nice to meet you, Olaf.
Yes. Yes, nice to meet you. And where are you from?
Can you guess?
Iraq.
How do you know?
I
That
literally just looked. I just looked at your
that's
account.
yes.
I cheated. I cheated.
That's write it on my account.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Um, so I cheated.
Okay.
Sorry, but
Yes, I know that.
yes. And why are you practicing English?
First of all, I'm English teacher in Iraq. I teach in a primary school, and I want to improve my English language like a native speaker.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Being an English teacher, you would like to
Yes,
practice.
yes.
Absolutely. Um, where in Iraq are you?
In South Iraq.
Ah, okay. Is it
Okay.
very
Tell
hot?
me, huh?
Is it very hot right now?
It's boiling.
That's what I would expect. Yes.
Yes. Temperature, it's hot or high temperature with 50
Ooh,
Celsius.
ooh. Wow,
Yes,
wow. That's must be
it's too.
difficult to go outside.
It's maybe,
Yeah.
but sometimes go out without sun cream and buttercream.
Yeah. You must need
Yes.
sunscreen, stay in the shade. I would imagine in the afternoons you probably try to not go outside so much.
Uh, I think if you put the sun cream, maybe you fry it because you are boiling. Because you're
Mm,
boiling, it's too hot.
yes, definitely.
What about you? Where are you from?
So I'm from Canada.
Uh,
I was born on the east coast of Canada in a very small town.
Quebec, Montreal, Vancouver.
Uh, so the town I was born in. You would have never heard of. It's called Saint Stephen. It only has 5,000 people, so it's very small.
Huh?
But so I was born in a very small town of only 5,000 people.
Really?
So yes, but I lived in different places in Canada. Most recently, I lived in Calgary, which is near the west coast.
Yes.
I also lived in Ottawa for about 5 years,
Mm.
which is the capital.
Okay. Tell me about yourself. Are you tutor or just native speaker?
I'm a tutor. I'm a native speaker. Also an
Mm.
English teacher.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I am traveling
Uh,
in Southeast Asia right now,
mm,
and I was teaching English in Vietnam this past year at a public high school.
mm. Okay. Where do you teach English? Just teach on Cambly or teach on primary school, elementary school, secondary, high school, college, university?
I was teaching at a high school in
Mm.
Vietnam. Um,
Uh,
School year just ended, so I'm traveling now. I'm in Thailand, but I left Vietnam about 3 weeks ago.
you right now you live in Vietnam, in Thailand?
Yeah, I'm in Thailand right now. I was in
Mm.
Vietnam this past school year, but the summer holiday just started a few weeks ago. So I decided I'm going to travel. I'm going to go to Thailand to experience a new country. I had never
Okay.
been to Thailand before.
What about the temperature in Thailand right now? It's hot, mild.
Very hot. Not as hot as Iraq, but it's I don't know the temperature right now, but it's probably like 30, 34 or something, 34, 35 degrees. Hot.
Uh, we have these numbers or these degrees of the temperature in Iraq. It's spring or it's be winter, not
Really?
it's hot. Oh, I told my friend in Sweden, and he lives in Sweden, and asked me about the degrees of the temperature. I told him it was 45 degrees. He told me if I live in Iraq, I will spend my time in the bath with the air condition
Yes, yes,
because it's too
yes.
hot.
That would be difficult for me
Mm.
to
Yes.
endure.
Absolutely. Mr. Alf, let me ask you about how can I improve my English language? And is there strategical way to speak like native speaker without stop?
I always tell people the best strategy to improve your English. Some of this is going to sound pretty obvious, but
Mm.
um, so the first thing is consistency, making sure you have a regular routine of practicing English. Um, Another thing is pick something you enjoy. So, for example, if someone is really into cooking or traveling, then watch a video on cooking or traveling, but watch it in English. Um,
Mm.
some people need
That's mean
subtitles. That's fine.
that
That's fine if you need that. But go ahead.
that's mean surround yourself with something you like it.
Exactly, because if you don't enjoy it, if it's very boring for you, it's going to be very hard to stick to it. So
Mm.
pick the thing that you enjoy the most in terms of your entertainment, but then just watch it in English. Of course, on top of practicing speaking, etc. But um, if you like science fiction movies, then watch English science fiction movies. If you like cooking, watch cooking shows, etc. So consistency, pick something you enjoy, and on top of consistency, make sure you don't take any long breaks because there's a very famous saying with learning English, and I think it
Mm.
applies to learning any language. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're not practicing, it goes away very fast. So consistency, picking things you like to do and watch,
Okay. How
not
long
making
time does
unnecessary
it take
mistakes.
it? How long that time does it take it to learn English for the person who want to learn English as a second language? 6 months it's enough, or 1 year, or depends on the what you do in visual time.
Yeah, it's really dependent on the individual, how much you're putting into it. For some people, it could be 6 months. For some people, it could be 2 years. It just depends on how much you're practicing, the person's own individual aptitude for learning English, because not everyone's the same, right? So the individual, how much they're putting into it, their own learning abilities. Um, that's really what it boils down to.
Hmm. What about the grammar? It's important to learn grammar or no?
Uh, I mean, it's important to learn good grammar, yes. I mean, no one is perfect, right? Even a native English speaker, they're not going to
Absolutely,
say the proper grammar 100% of the time, right? You can only strive to
absolutely.
get, a little bit better over time with the practice and with the consistency. There are tips I give people, like, for example, if they want to improve their vocabulary, um, I suggest they could keep a vocabulary journal. So when they hear a new word or a new phrase, I can tell you what it means, but someone might forget in a few days, right? But if you write it down and you review it, let's say weekly, then it's more likely to for you to retain it, in your mind. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, there
Uh,
are practices that will help.
should I listen and write? Listen and speak and write. It's that's better.
Uh, so you want to practice writing English. You want to practice speaking English. You want to practice listening to English. So really, it's all three. Um, And no one's perfect. Let's say someone just told me, I had a previous student tell me, my weakest point is my writing ability, and I find it really difficult to be motivated to work on that. Um, if you have a particular day, you feel tired, okay, maybe don't work on the writing, work on the speaking. Listen to something, watch something. As long as the consistency is there and you are being mindful of improving, all the English skills, that's the most important thing.
Uh, sorry. I live in Arabic country. Sometimes to surround uh, my time, Arabic it surround me and always to listen to in Arabic. It's difficult to remember the vocabularies and sentences. How can I deal with this issues or these problems?
Um, I mean, you're going to remember it if you're using it, right? So that's where the consistency comes in, and the using it will be speaking. So you want to try and get that speaking practice in, have a routine. Um, how often do you
That's mean
typically go ahead? Sorry.
that's me to narrow your daily routine to remember to speak with myself the daily routine and write it. For
Yes.
example, I wake up and get up, have breakfast, take shower, have breakfast, go to the gym, see
Mhm.
friends, go to the restaurant, go to work, speak with my son, speak with the people, go out, spend time with the people online, browse the internet, read the newspaper, watch the TV.
Yeah. Yeah. The
So,
most exposure, the better. Daily is best. You want to do everyday practice, at least something every day to practice. What age group do you teach English to?
huh?
You said,
I teach in primary school from the sixth age to 12 age.
okay.
Mm.
Um,
But
yeah.
they but they are not interesting to learn English. They just want to learn English because you want to pass the exam only.
Right. Right.
Because they're not interesting to speak English. Very little people or students uh, interesting to learn or speak. But these days, it's people in Christ too interesting in learn English. Some people to learn too interesting to learn English.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. I speak to a lot of students on Cambly.
Mm.
Uh, for example, in China, I also hear, the students do learn English when they go through school, but they don't really learn English. They learn enough to
So,
pass a written test, but
mm.
they can't speak in a conversation, um, really. And it's kind of useless if you can't speak in a conversation. You pass the test in school, but you don't really know the language, right? Um, so yeah, you know the person does have to have a little bit of motivation and a want to learn the language, right?
Okay. If I inside the conversation between the two person with another person, and I want to tell him something or some word, should I remember that with in my native language or in English? How can I remember that? How can I, if I forget this vocabulary or this name of this words,
Sorry,
should
what's
I
the
use?
question?
My question. It's okay to show him a picture because I forget the names of this vocabulary. For example,
Yeah.
I forget to the name of this subject. We can say this. I
Mhm.
told him this picture of this, and he remember me about this name of this subject.
Yeah, visual aid is very helpful.
Visual,
um,
yes, absolutely. But
visual,
listening, hey, it's important. Listening, it's important.
yeah, absolutely. You can use visual
Okay.
aids when you get stuck, and then you get a reminder of the word, and that helps you
Okay.
continue, right?
Okay, Mr. Olf. I speak with you some minutes. What level am I?